Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Brant with CPC Bodybuilding, the home of men's classic physique. This week, we have a preview of the prestigious New York Pro, and my special guest to preview this show with me is IFBB Classic Physique Pro Barry Irving. You might know him as Sporty. That's his nickname. Sporty, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to be on here, talk about these lineups and these places. So, yeah, I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show, guys. Another star-studded lineup, and I got a really good Classic Physique Pro to preview it with me. Sporty is doing. We won't disclose which show unless if he wants. He's less than 2 weeks out, so he is grinding away. So big thanks to him for doing this deep into prep. So he's a real trooper. So before we get into the lineup, I'm gonna make sure we give Barry a big shout out here. Make sure you guys can find him here on social. So, like I said, his nickname's Sporty. That's probably how you guys know him. So you can find him here on Instagram. His name is IFBB Pro _Sporty. He's based out of Atlanta, Georgia. So if you guys are looking for coaching, great posing coach. Barry's one of the best posers in Classic Physique if you guys haven't seen him pose. So I would highly recommend him. I've seen him coach at shows personally and can attest to the attention he gives his clients. So if you guys are looking for a coach, he does that. And then you can also use his code. He just recently signed with Global Formulas. So you can find all of his links and codes right here. So that's Barry's page right there. And we got the New York Pro this weekend. So it's going to be May 18th, which is Saturday, a huge show. And this is run based out of New Jersey, so just a little bit outside of New York. And Steve Weinberger is the head judge for this one. His gym's the main sponsor, Bev's Powerhouse Gym, which is one of the best gyms in the world, East Coast Mecca. You guys can find the live stream here. So this is on bevfrancis.com. You can find the live stream. It's $19.99 right here for the all-day stream. So if you guys want specifics on when the show starts, we've got multiple pro divisions. The pre-judging is split into two as well as the finals. Now, if you guys are just looking for the classic guys, which is what we're previewing here, classic guys are going to go on sometime after 8 a.m. Eastern. So I'm assuming that this is the lineup here in terms of order of stage. So we'll probably see physique first, and then men's physique, wellness, classic, then 212. So that's the pre-judging order. So you can definitely expect classic to go on sometime. My guess is going to be around 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah. And then finals is going to start at 5 Eastern. So again, we've got classic in there. We'll probably expect to see them sometime around maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock there. So it's going to be a great lineup. Lots of guys here coming back from Pittsburgh, as well as some surprise last-minute additions, particularly Olympians from different parts of the world. So here's our full lineup right here. We got Angel Bahana, Tony Barhoum, Mo Burgess, Tom Connolly, Shane Cullen, Camilo Diaz, Lucas Giannini, Matt Grego, Jorge Guerrero, Keith Jenkins, Shai Chang Jin, who is an Olympian from China, Dimitro Kratzon, Bobby Mazzara, Cleve Metellus, Eugene Nagashima, Matt Orchard, Brad Pfeiffer, Jake Robichaux. Ken Silcott will not be competing in this show, so that's a last-minute scratch. Adam Thomas, Eric Wildberger, who's coming off the win at Pittsburgh. Gerark Toribio Perez, you might also know him as Yaiki, that's his nickname, which is also frequently used. And we got Cam Watson. So that's our full lineup. And Sporty and I are going to go through this full lineup here. So we'll start out here. We got Angel Bahana, who's based out of Miami. So his last pro appearance was at the Atlantic Coast Pro, where he took 7th back in 2021. So it's been a long time since he's competed. And he's got a pretty solid physique. I think the biggest thing here with him is he's really focused on the entrepreneurial side of things. So he owns Elevation of Miami, and I know he's been working pretty hard with that. So he's trying to get back in. You can see him here with like the skin calipers getting checked out. Yeah. So been focusing on building that brand down there with a great gym I know. So he hasn't been on stage in a while, so looking to see if he's showcasing some improvements. See here from the posing video, pretty solid physique. You even see
Yeah.
Carlos in there, Carlos Omar. So got some good guys in his camp. Next up, we got Tony Barhoum. So he is making his classic debut, men's physique pro. Last appeared at Legion a couple of years ago, didn't place, but looking to see if he, has maybe added some size. This is 3-ish weeks out, but Tony Barhoum's making his classic debut. This is Mo Burgess, who, Sporty, I want your take on his physique. I really like his shape. He's placed pretty well at around the world.
He looks like a pretty tall guy too.
Yeah, Mo's definitely a bigger guy. So these are from about 2 weeks out.
Okay. Yeah, he definitely has great shape. Great lines for a tall guy. Yeah. I feel like if he brings in that size with tight condition, he's definitely gonna give a problem to a lot of the short guys. So it's all about him just coming in on point and bringing that condition with his size, keeping those legs filled out. So yeah, he has a great physique. I like his physique. I'm pretty much all about shape when it comes to classic physique anyway. So for a tall guy, yes, he has a really great physique. Back looks pretty wide, and chest looks pretty full. For a tall guy, his legs look really good. So I think he'll do real well. I don't know him, but I think he'll do really well. As long as he's bringing that condition and size, I think he'll do good.
Yeah, I agree, man. He's got a big frame. He's placed in the top 5 at some really good shows. I know he took 5th at Toronto last year. Maybe, yeah, he took 5th at Toronto. I think he did. I think he even did the New Zealand Pro a couple of years ago, and he took 2nd there. So pretty close to an Olympia qualification there. So I really like Mo's physique.
Yeah, he looks great. He looks real good. Looks real good.
Next up, we've got Tom Connolly. I'm going to change my screen real quick just so we can look at some of these state shots. Yeah, so we got Tom Connolly. So Tom is a dentist who also competes in bodybuilding. Like, dude has a really solid dental practice where he does like grills and dental jewelry for like athletes, musicians. But he's a pretty damn good bodybuilder himself too.
I heard about
shots.
I did hear about it.
Yeah. What do you think about the front lat spread and the?
He has a great front lat spread. He looks like a pretty big guy. How tall is he?
I'm not sure, honestly. To me, I think he looks like probably somewhere between like 5'8", 5'10".
Okay, yeah, he looks like he looks good. Muscle bellies look good, structurally wise. I don't know how his legs are. I can't really see the picture. See. Shape looks good. Condition looks good. I mean, if he comes in even better than where he comes in right there, he's definitely been at top call outs. But yeah, this guy looks really good. Great guy all around. I've heard about him, so I think he'll do really well as long as he brings his best in with that. I mean, he looks really good right there. So I never justify pictures, but from here he looks really good. Looks like a top call out guy to me. So I think he'll scoot his way up.
Yeah, and he was, I believe, 11th at Pitt last week, and he's placed in the top. He was like first call out at Fit World, where he took 6th. First call out at the Masters Olympia last year. So Tom's a really good Masters.
Yeah, he's an older guy too. So yeah, he looks good for his age. Definitely looks really good. He's going to hang in with those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So next up, we got Shane Cullen out of Ireland. So Shane has been off the stage for a couple of years. So he took 5th at the 2022 Arnold UK, which was a pretty stacked show. It was like we saw, I know, like DeBool, which he won that show a couple of times. A couple of really good UK pros were in that show. I think Craig Morton was in that show. So like a lot of really good European pros. And Shane was 5th there. Recent updates here. So this is 5 days ago, so just under or just over a week out. So he's going to
Yeah.
do this show, and then he's going to go back to Europe and do Germany. So Sporty,
Okay.
just looking at some of these shots right here, which
He,
of these do you, man?
he has a lot of muscle. A lot of muscle. Legs look really good. Big legs. Shape looks good. I mean, his waist looks small. Condition is there. I mean, I think he has everything to be in that top call. It's easy. As long as he's coming like this and popping and full around with that condition, yeah, he's going to definitely be in the top call. Looks good. Legs look good. Glutes are there. You know, he look like a little bit of a bigger guy, but I think that if he can get his poses on point, his angles with all that muscle, yeah, he's going to give them all a run for their money. So I think he's going to be
Yeah, he's
good.
got a lot of density. That's the biggest thing that I noticed. Very thick.
Yeah, great V taper too, especially in the front. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be
thick
intrigued to
spine.
kind of see how he stacks up versus like some of these wider guys, because we got
Let's see.
a lot of big guys in this lineup too, and I think Shane's a
Yeah,
shorter.
I see a lot of muscle. Yeah, definitely see a lot of muscle. So, like I said, it all depends on who stands next to him. When it comes to shape wise and width wise, but he's definitely going to be up there with all that muscle, just coming sharp.
So that is Shane Bowen out of Ireland. Next up, we've got a 2022 Classic Olympian who's fifth at Pittsburgh last week, based out of Colombia. This is Camilo
Yes.
Diaz, and you're pretty familiar with him. What are some of his strengths with his physique, man?
I th- he has. I mean, he has great muscle. Um, I feel like his condition just needs to come in a little bit tighter. I don't know if this picture justifies it, but great muscle, great side chest from right there. His chest look really full, hamstrings dropping. He can get a little bit more development in his side quad. That's the only thing that I see. Width wise, back wise, I think he's pretty good. Long as he's just got to bring some condition in. And like I said, it's all about who stands next to him with that shape. Because like we said, these guys does have a lot of muscle. And Classic is all about shape and balancing that muscle out. So, but he looks great. Just got to come in sharp. It's all about coming in sharp. Whoever comes in on point at the time, because a lot of these guys look really great. Favorite Classic looks good. I think he's going to do really good as long as he's coming sharp, sharp in condition with that size and that look right there. He come in sharp, he'll end up in that top six, top 10 call out. Definitely.
Yeah, and
Legs look great too. Yeah.
it's
Pretty good
interesting
guy.
that you have the condition too, though, because that's usually like that's the one thing that I noticed with Pittsburgh is usually his conditions lights out, and
Yeah.
it looked like
And
it
not
was
yeah, he looks
like
a little bit
hard.
softer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
spot
yeah, he's
on,
holding
man.
a little bit of water. Yeah, you gotta watch that, man. Especially when you I don't know, anxiety, it could be water cutting off, so I don't know, it could be multiple things when it comes to that. But like I said, if he nailed that condition, he's in there. He's definitely in there.
Yeah. So that's Camilo Diaz out of Colombia.
Yeah.
Next up, we got somebody that you're very familiar with. You've competed against most recently. So this is
Mhm.
Lucas Giannini out of Brazil.
Oh,
So you can
Lucas,
actually
Lucas,
see Barry
Lucas.
there on the far right. So Barry, a top call out with Lucas and Tomas here at this show, battling that top three.
Yeah, we
So
battled it out.
yeah, very very awesome classic physique. So Barry, what are Lucas's strengths?
Lucas has a great classic old school structure physique. When it comes to him, I think he had from the last shows that we did, he faded out a little bit, but the guy looks good, bro. Like his legs are there, the shape is definitely there. The back is, he can probably add a little bit more to his back, but he looks good all around. I mean, he has that look, that classic physique look, I feel like if he comes in on point, I know he's did a lot of shows back to back, but if he comes in on point, he's going to be up in the top callouts easy. He just had that classic look. So if he can bring a great package in, his 100% package for this show, he's going to end up in that top callouts definitely. Great classic physique guy and a great guy all around. I met him. He's a great guy, friendly to talk to. we had a blast on stage. You know, we all battled it out, and we was talking to each other too. So we had fun. I like this guy. He's going to do really good.
Yeah, I agree, man. Got that golden era kind of like 70s look, and that's what I really
Yeah,
like about this.
yeah. When I seen him backstage, I was like, oh shit, it's another guy that looks really good shape. I'm like, all right, well, yeah, he looks great. Man. He's going to do good. He's got to come in on point.
Yep. So it's Lucas Giannini out of Brazil. Next up, we've got Matt Grego, who was narrowly a second place finisher at Pitt last week. So I actually had him ahead judging, but Eric Wildberger was able to pull out the win in a split decision. So judges ended up. So the way, for those of you guys who may not be familiar with how judging works, basically the judges rank the bodybuilders based on what they think they're going to place. And basically just one more judge had Eric beating Matt. So it was a very close show. And Matt ended up coming out with second place, but he was at the Olympia last year. He won the Tampa Pro. And last time he was in this situation where he came up just short of winning a show, he came back and won another one. So I would not count Matt out here. You've seen Matt. So what stands out to you about Matt?
Oh man, his shape was good. That vacuum is nasty. You know, he's a. I think I walked past him a couple of times. We haven't ever met each other, but he's a pretty dense guy. Great shape, great classic looking guy. Like I said, as long as he bring his conditioning tight, nice and sharp. Like I said, it was in between him and Eric. You know, he could have beat Eric. You know, but as long as he come in sharp for this one, he's definitely in that top three, easy. You know, so. I like Eric. You know, I like Matt. I heard about him a lot. You know, I haven't really studied him a lot, but I heard about him a lot. And for what I heard, he's a pretty good guy. He has a pretty great classic physique shape. You know, we haven't competed against each other yet, but I'm sure we will one day. And yeah, this guy's gonna do good, man. He comes in tight. You know, bring those glutes straight with that size and that look that he has. He's gonna be in there. He's gonna be a hard one to beat. Definitely gonna be a hard one to beat. Muscle bellies are round, shoulders, chest, everything is round. Everything is there for what I see, you know. And as long as he bring those legs in super tight, those glutes in tight and straight, yeah, this guy is definitely in that top three call outs. Easy.
Yeah. You mentioned it, just bringing it in a little bit tighter. And that was Tyler Man's feedback, was just to maybe eliminate some of that subcutaneous that was still there.
I feel like if he can give more of a classic front double instead of a straight on, this guy would be like, he'd be sick, you know, because that first front double make him look a little bit like a bodybuilder because he has a little bit of a boxy shape up top. But I feel like if he curved those hips in a little bit, this guy's he's gonna be good. He's definitely gonna be good. But I like this guy's shape. I like his physique. So all respect to him. You know, I see him soon on stage. Definitely.
So that's Mac. Next up, we got Jorge Guerrero. So Jorge is back on stage. So here, this is his most recent update. He's definitely bringing the grainy, dry type of muscle. He's got really good conditioning. He's known for that. He did a couple shows last year, placed a little bit outside of the top 10, which was a little bit of a deviation from the past. He's been top 5 at some good shows. Like I want to say 2022 Texas Pro, which I think was like the first show I ever covered on this channel. He was top 5. And that was like, some really good guys in that show was like Courage and like Valentin Petrov. So like this guy's proven that he can do very well in classic. But just from his front double with Sporty, what are you seeing here, man?
He has great shape, great lats, full muscle. Striated condition looks good from this picture. You know, I don't know how the rest of his body looks, but from this right here, he looks like a top call-out guy. He looks real classic. Everything's there. He looks a little bit like a bigger guy. So, like I said, I'm going to say it. If he comes in sharp, whoever comes in sharp, 100%, yes, they're definitely going to take it. And I can see him coming in that top 10, that top 6 call-out if he bring that condition in. Yeah, he looks great, man. He looks good.
Yeah, he got the shape. I think really his biggest has been the density.
Yeah, he looks good. Just bring those glutes and those legs in condition and sharp. Yeah, he's definitely another run up.
So that's Jorge Guerrero out of Mexico. Next up, we got Keith Jenkins. So this is from the Optimum Classic last year. So you've competed against Keith before. So
Yeah,
Keith
yeah,
last did the Atlanta Pro last year. He was top three in a pretty deep Masters lineup there. And I think Keith brings really solid condition to every show. That's the
yeah,
one thing that you give him credit for.
yeah. One thing I like about Keith is he keeps going and he keeps improving. From show to show, when I see him, he's a good guy. He's improves a lot, and the more he come in, the more shows he do, the more better he's going to get. So I think this guy looks good. He looks great. You just have to. Some people, it's just all about timing. Got to keep going and keep improving. He bring those. If he have made improvements on his back, I feel like he can give a guys a run for it. Yeah, he has a decent physique. He's a great guy. I think he's going to do well than what I think he expects. So as long as he comes in 100% and focus on his physique with his shape and his aesthetics that he has, I feel like he's going to do. I don't really have anything bad to say about these guys. Respect
Yeah,
all these guys' hard work. I feel like everybody works really hard to get to where they deserve to be at. Give him his critiques. I'm not saying anyone's going to be the winner. I'm not saying that he can't be the winner. But I'm saying that he has made a lot of improvements. I think he'll do really well. Just keep going, man. Just keep going. It's all about keep going. That's it.
yeah. He's definitely a worker, man. That's one thing that you notice, just following his journey. So I hope to see Keith
Mm-hmm.
do well. So
Yeah, he
next
works
up,
for
we got Shai Chang Jin. So this is a surprise edition, last minute.
Yeah,
Chinese Olympian. So
I
he
see.
won the China Best Pro already this year. And
Yeah,
Sporty, looking at some of these photos, man, like
man, he has
dude's
a
got a
pretty. He has a great physique. I love. I mean, that's classic to me. Condition wise, the roundness of his muscle bellies, everything looks full, tight. This guy is gonna definitely be in the top three, easy. As long as he's coming 100%. Pictures don't do any justice, but for what I can see and for what I heard, this guy is going to be a pretty great guy. I mean, he's classic look all around. So yeah, I like this guy. I'm looking forward to seeing how he compares stand next to Eric and Matt, these other guys.
it'll be an interesting comparison because he is a shorter guy. So
Yeah,
uh,
he's like class A. Is he? Is he class A?
I don't know which class he turned pro in, but if I had to guess, it's probably the one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. As long as he's got that, if he brought some thickness in that back too, yeah, he's gonna give these guys a problem. I mean, his aesthetics look really great. His shape looks really great too.
Yeah, I definitely think he's first call out material regardless. I'll just be
Oh
intrigued to see what the to me, this is the shot that matters most for him because his front shots, his side shots,
yes,
they're crisp,
yeah,
very very well put together. The back is the one thing because that's Eric's best pose. So I'll
yeah,
be intrigued to see what he looks like next to Eric Wildberger in that back double bicep.
yeah. We shall see.
Another
Yeah,
guy who is definitely going to be in contention for a top spot at this show is Dmitro Kratzon. So he's based out of New York right now. He's Ukrainian. He made his pro debut at Pitt last week, fourth place there, which is tremendous to get a top four in your pro debut at one of the biggest shows in all bodybuilding.
yeah,
He looks fantastic in this 4K footage from Gilco. So
yeah. He
just
looks
looking at
he
this,
looks great. He has a great shape. Great shape. Like everything's there. Um, I feel like if he can relax a little bit more when it comes to his posing, he'll look three times more better instead of looking so tense. But not. I think he did really well at Pittsburgh, and I thought he was going to be in that top call outs because I mean everything's there, man. His legs, the shape, the condition. He just has to keep coming in on point just like that. He comes in on point like that. he's in that top running again. He's definitely in that top running again.
Yeah, I definitely think he's going to be in that first call out here.
Yes.
He's got everything. Probably the most vulnerable pose is the back double bicep. His back's not bad, but it's not like like every other one of his shots. I'm just like, there's nothing missing. The back just could use a little bit of thickness, and I think that's it. And he's there.
Yeah, it's just the posing. It's just the posing. He gets his posing. I'm hoping him and his coach is just practicing on locking his poses in with that physique that he has, and he's going to do good. Because you have to remember the judges, they look at these poses too. Because we can't go up there and hit all these poses, and we're not showing our complete physique when it comes to those poses. Or if we're not comfortable in those poses, then it's going to throw your physique off. So he had some fantastic physique. He's just need to relax, strike those poses the right way. And yes, he's definitely a top call-out guy. Looks good. Everything's there.
So that's Demetrio Kratzon. Next up, we got a pretty anticipated pro debut here. This is Bobby Mazzaro. So Bobby turned pro last year at Universe Class B. So I really like his posing. These are some stills, and I really like the classic vibes he gives. What do you think of these shots, man?
Yeah, he has great pose. His pose, he's on his toes. I can see that he practiced. He has a great shape, great aesthetics. That's classic to me. Have to see him standing up when it comes to his legs and his back, but this guy looks really classic to me. He comes in full and popping. I mean, this is his second show he's about to do.
His pro debut.
Yeah, he's gonna do well. He's gonna do well. He's gonna be in that top 10, maybe top 6 call out. It all depends on how him and his coach bring him in. Because there are some hitters in his squad, but I think if he poses correctly and show his angles the way he needs to show them, yeah, he's definitely going to be up in that. He has a small waist, full chest, great shape, So I think he has a good chance of being in that top call out with these big guys, as long as he show the angles that he needs to show and hide those weaknesses from the other guys for what they have, some bigger guys. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what he plays at.
Yeah. This is Leaf Metellus, our next competitor. So he made his pro debut last week at Pitt, took 6th place. He's a New York guy, so he's competing at home. And I love this guy's look. He's a huge dude. He turned pro in Class D at Universe last year. Yeah. And, dude is massive. And he has great shape, too. So, I mean, those are 2 boxes where it's you can't control those. If you got them, you're already set up very well. Plus, Cleve is an extremely hard worker, too. So, I mean, I think he's made tremendous improvements just since turning pro. His condition was a lot better from amateur to pro debut. So he's got to be in the conversation there, too.
Yeah, he looks good. For a tall guy, yeah, he looks really great. He comes in full with those muscle bellies, with that size and that condition. Yeah, he's gonna do good. He has great shape, great V taper. Just come in sharp. Just gotta come in sharp. Stay full. Posing looks good. Side chest looks really great. Side tricep looks really good. Yeah, I mean, he looks pretty complete for a tall guy. So yeah, he's gonna give them a run for their money. Just come in sharp. With that posing and that size, come in sharp. And yeah, he's definitely a top running guy.
Yeah, and I'm thinking if his condition is even 5% sharper, this is a top 3 guy.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just because he's so tall, man, so tall and complete. Yeah. He's going to be hard to beat. He has that great V taper too. He's going to be he's going to be up there with them top 3 guys, definitely.
That's Cleve Metellus. Next up, we got Eugene Nagashima. So this is from his last appearance. This was at the AGP Korea last year. I think he took 15th there, which was, a little bit underwhelming from his perspective. I know he was trying to do a little bit better in the shows last year, but he's got really good structure from this posing video. I think just needs more size. That's my biggest
Yeah,
critique.
more size. He just need a little bit more size. He needs to come a little sharper with his shape. He has great shape. Great shape. Everything's there. Good chest, good shoulders, decent legs. He just needs to come in sharper. It takes time to do that. It takes experience. And just keep going, doing more shows, learning your body, and growing more in the sport. So, yeah, I wish him luck, and I think he's going to do good. So yeah, he has a great shape. Physique.
Eugene Nagashima. Next up, we've got Matt Orchard. So Matt's making his pro debut. So he is based out of Australia. He turned pro at 2022 Aussie Nationals. And
Yes.
he looks like a taller guy to me. I like his shape a lot. Conditions there too.
Yeah, he's definitely, yeah, he looks great. Great shape. Yeah, he looks good, man. How his back look? Let's see how his back. He has a back picture.
Yeah, it's a back double down here in the. I don't know if I can zoom in anymore, but
A lot of these guys have great shape. It's all about who comes in sharper. It's all about who comes in with that full muscle belly with that condition. Because yeah, I think he's going to do well, do really good. For what I see from these two pictures right here, he looks really good right here. So it'll all be for how he wake up on that show day. If he bring this look or a better look than this, so I think he's going to do good. So I don't really know how his placement to be, but I think he's going to do good. It depends on how he wakes up that morning, but I think he's going to do really well.
yeah, so that's Matt Orchard making his pro debut. Next up, we got Jake Robichaux, who's also making his pro debut. So Jake turned pro at 2022 NPC Nationals in Class C. So Jake is really, really talented young guy. He's like, I want to say he's like 23.
Yeah,
he's either 23 or 24. I mean,
I was
super
just
young.
I was just looking at his stuff too.
Yeah, and Jake sent me some photos the other day that he hasn't posted, and he's looking really sharp right now. So this is from.
This is definitely a top fallout guy.
Yeah, he could definitely be fallout.
Yeah, he looks great, man. That's the definition of a classic guy. I think his poses are looking really good. He comes in sharp with that look right there. Yes, he's definitely in that top three. I mean, he's like the definition of classic for what I see. Great legs, great vacuum, full chest, full back. Yeah, this young guy is going to give them a run for their money. Definitely. I don't know him, but for what I see off his page, he looks really good. He looks like he works really hard. So he should definitely do really, really well in this show. Hey, possibly might win the show. For what we've seen right here, he looks really good.
Yeah, I think the biggest comparison that I'm interested in is how he looks in the side shots and the back shots.
Yes.
Compared to some of you guys who have a lot of density, because Jake's got the shape. Like that's no question whatsoever. It's just a matter of, I think, does he have the density to really compare with some of these?
Yeah. We shall see. I think he's gonna stand up pretty well. He's gonna stand up pretty well.
Yeah. So next up, we've got a guy who debuted last week at Pittsburgh. This is Brad Pfeiffer. So he also turned pro in that same class with Jake. So Brad was the guy who won the class. Jake got second. And Brad's a very, very polished classic bodybuilder, in my opinion. I think he's just very disciplined with his posing.
Yes.
I know he didn't bring quite the condition that he wanted in terms of, I think it was really just a peaking thing because he's always been in great shape. It's just a matter of getting some of that water. But I mean, even with all of that, 7th place at Pittsburgh in your debut is really good.
Yeah.
So
his posing is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like he practiced a lot. I mean, I'm an artist myself when it comes to posing. So anytime I see guys that really focus on their posing and perfecting their posing, I definitely think they deserve to be run. So this guy looks good. Looks great. Phenomenal posing. Um, it's going to be kind of hard to stand next to those guys with those shapes because he looks like a little bit of a bigger guy on top, but he's going to do well. Just pose really well with that physique. He posed and come in sharp. Like he came in at Pittsburgh, and you never know. He might end up in that top 5, top 4 spot, But he looks good.
He's got the tools to be there.
I love him. Great posing. Great posing. Great posing.
That's Brad Pfeiffer. Next up, we got Adam Thomas. So Adam is a guy who moved up for men's physique a couple of years ago. Got great shape. He last did the Texas Pro where he got 10th. So that was, I want to say he's only done one classic show.
Okay.
This will be, I think, his second classic show. These are updates from 5 days out. Just looking at some of these, Barry, what do you think of Adam's physique, man?
He looks great. Coming from men's physique, so I'm sure that he has that V-taper because, those guys got those V-tapers up there in men's physique. His legs look really solid from right here. Front double looks really good. Looks like his back could come up just a slight bit more, but this guy looks good. His shape is good, everything is there. Just come in sharp with that muscle, come in sharp. And he's gonna be in there. I can't take nothing from how he look. He looks good, Just come in sharp with that look right there. Yeah, you're definitely gonna give him a run, He's gonna give him a run. I don't know too much about this guy, but his pictures look really great. Yeah. Just coming sharp.
That's
great shape. He has a great shape.
Next up, we got Eric Wildberger. Last week's Pittsburgh Pro competed with Eric. You've gotten to see him in person, man. What makes Eric so special?
Man, Eric's a good guy. He's a good guy all around. He's a hard worker. He keeps going. I know him personally, and his coach, which is Cuts. They beat me at Oxford, so I was fighting for it, But this guy looks good, man. This guy works hard. This guy has the definition of classic, the look of classic, especially when he hit those vacuums. Side chest is ridiculous. He was popping. Everything was full and everything was conditioned. So he definitely deserved that win. And he comes in sharper or just like that. I got this guy as my top 2, definitely. Easy top 2. He just bring that wow factor to classic. He has a great wow factor.
Control everything that you got to control. He always brings the great condition. Yes. And I think the posing has only gotten better as the years have progressed. I still think the posing could be just like a touch smoother, but he hits the mandatories very well, which is what you need,
Yeah, as long as he stops, especially when he hit his back double, if he can stop bending his lower back down there, so we're putting all those little those scraples at the bottom of his back. If he would just tilt up a little bit more, I think his back will look 3 times a little bit more better. So, but besides that, I got him in my top 3 call out to Easy. He's coming off a win too, so he's hot. So yeah, he comes in sharp or the same. He's definitely going to be the favorite for the show.
Yeah, so that's Eric Wildberger. Next up, we have. I got to pull my lineup. I missed a couple of these guys when I was pulling them up. We got Yaiki. I forgot. Yeah. So Gerard Toribio Perez. This is a guy who is a wild card in this lineup. This guy is he's gonna be the biggest dude in this lineup. He and Khalif Metellus are both guys who turned pro in Class D. This guy was, I think he turned pro at Universe 2022. He was 6th at Tampa last year. He was 7th at Legion, and you can see why. Shape's great, right?
Yeah, his shape is just he's there. The muscle buildings are there. He has great legs, great biceps. Yeah, he's definitely going to be in the top call-outs. If he looks the way that we
6'5".
How many weeks are right here? How much are you eating right here?
So this was a week ago. So this was about 2 weeks out.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, he looks great, man. Definitely a top runner guy. I mean, he's placing top in every other show he does. If he comes in better this show, he's definitely gonna scoot his way on up in there again to battle those top 3, top 4 guys for a spot.
Yeah, I like his shape a lot. Really, the biggest thing that I think he's up against is the back double bicep. If we pull that up, that's probably his weakest pose. I think this one might no. There was one of these that had a back double bicep in it. I'm trying. Here it is. I think really his back just needs a little bit more thickness, but
Just a
he's
little
so
bit more.
good everywhere else. Like he could definitely be in that first call out. I think he needs more
Yeah,
thickness. That's good.
he's gonna get up in there just off that shape alone, bro. He's gonna get in there if he come in sharp. But yeah, his back can definitely use a little bit of improvement, but he's there. Just come in sharp, man. Come in sharp with that shape. Keep those glutes striated. He's definitely gonna be a guy to talk about. Definitely a wild card factor. Definitely a wild card. Gotta watch out for this guy.
That's Gerard Toribio Perez, based out of Seattle via the Dominican Republic. And last but certainly not least, we got a pro debut. This is Cam Watson, who earned his pro card at 2022 Junior Nationals. So pull up a couple of these shots right here. I think. Here we go. I think Cam's got a real solid physique. I couldn't find him on socials or anything, but
Yeah.
you can see why he turned pro. He's got really good shape. Conditions very good for the amateur side of things.
Yeah.
You also clean up a little bit for the pro side, but
Okay. Yes.
I think he looks really, really solid. I don't really know what to expect since it's been 2 years since he turned pro and we haven't seen any updates. This guy could be a totally different builder at this point, right?
Yeah, he probably can. If he from that picture, yeah, he looks decent. So if he improved off that, he's gonna do great. If he improved off that. From that side chest, his side chest looks really good. Yeah, his condition is there. I don't really see it. Can't see his shape too much, but yeah, I think he's gonna do good. You say he's been off stage for a year now.
Oh, 2 years. Yeah, it's been 2 years since that's right.
Yeah, so I'm sure he made much improvement, and if he comes in sharp, he'll definitely do well. He'll do well.
Yeah, so that's Cam Watson making his pro debut, and that's our full lineup, guys. So Barry and I are going to make our picks here, the exciting part of the show. So we'll give you guys our top 5 and our winners. So Barry, as a special guest, I will give you the option. Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
You
All right, bro. All right, so in my top 5, I'm going to start from 5 and work my way to 1. I got this pulled up right here. I think okay, so I'm going to go a little bit so a little bit of repeats from last week, but I think we're going to see perhaps a little bit of a change here. So I'm actually going to go Lucas Giannini in 5th place. I think Lucas has great structure and he's got density, which matches up very, very well against some of these taller guys. So I know Lucas is he's probably what, 5'9" ish, And
he's a slight bit taller than me.
yeah, and he's just a very, very solid build, and I think he's just tall enough to compare well against some of the tall guys. He's got a lot of thickness, which stacks up very well against some of these guys who might be in that 6 to 10 spot, like guys who we mentioned, Gerard Toribio Perez, Cleve Metellus, some of those guys. I think Lucas's shape is just what's going to carry him to that top. So I like Lucas there in 5th. In 4th place, I'm going to go again with the guy who got 4th last week at Pittsburgh. That's Dimitro Kratzon. If I can find his page. Here we go, Dimitro. I really like Dimitro's physique. All around, very complete. Just needs a little bit more thickness in the back, but his condition's there. The fullness is there. Disciplined with his posing, though, like you said before, I think he could probably loosen up a little bit, and that would
What's
make
his name again?
Dimitro.
Dimitro. Yeah, I like Dimitro.
Yeah, he's really solid. And I think he's great for a rookie. He's got a really bright future in Classic. We'll see this guy on the Olympia stage. Like I think this entire top five, hell, like maybe even the top seven in this show, I think are guys who are
Yeah.
all going to go to Olympia in the future at some point. And
Mhm.
I think he stacks up very well. I think he could place as high as 3 here, honestly.
Yeah.
I do think Shai Chang Jin is a bit of a wild card here. He's going to be my third place finisher just because his shape is like S tier. He has
Yeah.
great class in the front shots. So like the front double right here, we look at the ab and thigh, and he doesn't have the side chest here, but he's lights out in all three of those poses. Where he's going to
Yeah.
lose some ground is this back double bicep. I think that's where
Yeah.
he'll probably get beat. But all other shots, he's going to give people a run for their money. And
Yeah.
in second place, I'm going to go with Eric Wildberger. I think Eric
Mm.
is a great classic bodybuilder, and he's coming off of a win at Pittsburgh and just a 1-point victory over Matt. So it's going to be a really tough battle between these two yet again. It's going to be a rematch.
Yeah.
And what it's going to come down to, I think, is really I think Eric only could really improve like one more thing, and it's probably peaking wise, and that would
Yes.
be the mid section needs to be a little bit more separated, and that could just be
Yeah.
like pulling back on the food a little bit. It might
Yeah.
just be that adjustment, and if Eric does that, even like he could even look better than this, and
Yeah.
he could win this show. I mean, he could win the show with this look that he brought last week. Eric looks great,
Yeah. He looks great.
especially so. I got Eric in second, and I'm going to go with Matt Grego. I think Matt's going to win this show because he had, and this is why I say Matt's going to win. So history often repeats itself. And last year, when the cards were stacked against Matt, and he came up just a little bit short, he came back, won the Tampa Pro, beat Carlos Domar, which was, I mean, Carlos is a fantastic bodybuilder, top. I think Carlos was 11th at the Olympia last year, which like that's saying a lot. So
Yeah.
Matt was able to be a really talented classic bodybuilder at Tampa last year. And on top of it, he had the most in terms of things he needed to correct compared to Eric.
Yeah.
So he only lost to Eric by a point, but like his condition wasn't all the way there. Like the peak wasn't 100%.
Yeah.
And on top of it, there were posing mistakes that Tyler Mannion pointed out that Matt was making. So, like, I mean, if he corrects just one of those things, it could win him the show. Now, if he corrected both of them, I think it's like a virtual guarantee that he wins the show. If he
Yeah.
just brings two better things, just because I think Matt has like a little bit more that he could improve, which could, probably bump him up higher. So I love Matt's shape. I think he's got great structure. The condition is just the one thing, the condition, slight adjustment to the front double bicep, and he's there. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be my pick for the New York Pro.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull the lineup for you, just so you have everybody's name.
Yes, I have. So, all right. So we're still on top five. Let's start from fifth. So we pretty much have the same, man. Fifth, I have Lucas. Um, just because he has that old school classic shape, he's gonna always end up in those top call outs. It's gonna be hard to beat him. If he comes in sharp, he can scoot up to fourth. But I have Dimitro for fourth, just because I like this guy. I like his shape. He is coming off hot too. So like I said, he just come in slightly relaxed with his posing. He might just scoot his way up to that third place mark. Just correct that posing just a little bit, but he looks great. So I got him for fourth. I got Jacob for third, just because I'm all about that shape. Yeah, I'm all about that shape, and he looks really good. I like Jacob. From what I see on his page, I think he's going to give a lot of these guys a problem. First and second. Now this was going to be the hitter right there. I'm gonna go. Seems like a 1-point decision again. Um, I'm gonna put Matt in second. Matt in second and Eric in first, just because Eric is hot. You know, Um, I like Eric's shape slightly a tad better. He brings that energy. Matt also brings that energy too. But Eric has that. He's just something about him, man. He has that wow factor. You know, when you stand next to this guy, it's just like he's like, dude, like why you look like a cartoon character, you know? So yeah, I think Eric is gonna come off on top again. If he comes in sharp and he comes in just the same or even a slight tad bit better, I think he's gonna go ahead and take it. And yeah, that's my top five, man. I think Eric's gonna go ahead and pull the second one out. But I wish all these guys luck, and all these guys look fantastic. I hope all these guys do well. And if my placing is wrong, you know, hey, no offense, but yeah, these guys look really good, bro. All these guys look really good. It's gonna be a good show. You never know how that top five will turn out, you know. So it's all about who wakes up and who comes in 100% that morning. You know, pictures and videos. You know, it don't justify. It only give you a look, but on that day when you wake up for that top three call out, it's about who wakes up 100% on that day. So I'm looking forward to watching this show and learning more about these guys because I am going to be standing next to most of these guys on the stage. So yeah, I'm excited for this one, and I got Eric as my winner.
Great picks for Barry. I think it's going to be a great show too, man. A lot of talented guys, a lot of up and coming guys too, which makes this very exciting. A lot of younger Classic Physique pros who are
A lot of young
really
guys, man. A lot of young guys, and that's what I love to see. Man. These guys are young. These guys are treating aesthetics better, more. It's not about getting big. It's all about getting balanced and looking like that art on stage, you know, that classic physique art on stage. And I think it's starting to come back more with these younger guys. And it's just good to see, man. It's good to see all these beautiful shapes come out. And I'm excited for the future when it comes to classic physique. Definitely.
So before we wrap up the preview, again, just want to give a big shout out to Barry here for joining and at less than 2 weeks out, taking the time to do this preview. Dude's a real champ in that one. So make sure you guys follow him here on Instagram, IFBB Pro _Sporty. You can use his codes, look for his coaching, all that good stuff right here. So check him out, give him a follow. And before we get out of here, I want to make sure that we give Barry his due time. Do you want to give any shout outs to anybody, holler at anybody, say what's up to the athletes?
Just want to give a shout out to all my sponsors, Global Farmers, you know, coach, you know, my friends, you know, just all those athletes out there, man. Just keep grinding, keep working hard, keep God first in your life. Just keep doing what you do best, you know, stay focused on yourself. Don't worry about, you know, no one else on stage because at the end of the day, it's all about you. This is your dreams. This is your goals. You know, this is what makes bodybuilding great, you know. Just keep getting better and better. So, yeah, shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the classic guys out there, man, because they representing real good. But that's all I got for them.
All right, man. Well, it was a pleasure having you on, man. And I'm real excited for this New York Pro. We're gonna make sure that you get the updates and all that stuff. You guys can find that on my Instagram at CPC Bodybuilding. I'll be sure to put the details to the live stream there in the description of this video. But that's going to do it for the New York Pro preview today. I'm Brant. That's Barry. Make sure you guys keep it classic. We'll see you later.
All right, brother.